Alright. Is it streaming? Is it streaming? It is streaming. Alright. I haven't been in the mood to stream lately, but let's get this going. You know what I mean?
The security industry has built various exciting tools to help with the DFIR process. These tools help save valuable time and enhance the capabilities of security professionals. Let's learn about some of these tools here. You can check out the rooms for these tools on TryHackMe to learn more about them. Eric Zimmerman's tools.
You know what the fuck I forgot to do? Shit. Well, I be starting my streams late as fuck every day. Alright, guys. Today I was supporting Diddy being released. He didn't get released, but did get 3 hours 5 charges dropped. You know, thanks to all my no viewers watching. You know. I'm gonna do this damn thing. I hate reading.
The security industry has built various exciting tools to help with the DFIR process.
Visual forensics.
These tools help save valuable time and enhance the capabilities of security professionals. Let's learn about some of these tools here. You can check out the rooms for these tools on TryHackMe to learn more about them.
Pretty sure I'm going to.
Eric Zimmerman's tools. Eric Zimmerman is a security researcher who has written a few tools to help perform forensic analysis on the Windows platform. These tools help the registry, file system, timeline, and many other analyses. To learn more about these tools, you can check out the Windows Forensics 1 and Windows Forensics 2 rooms, where these tools are discussed concerning the different artifacts found in the Windows operating system.
Yup, okay.
KAPE, Kroll Artifact Parser and Extractor, KAPE, is another beneficial tool by Eric Zimmerman. This tool automates the collection and parsing of forensic artifacts and can help create a timeline of events. You can check out the KAPE room to learn more about KAPE. Autopsy. Autopsy is an open-source forensics platform that helps analyze data from digital media like mobile devices, hard drives, and removable drives. Various plugins for Autopsy speed up the forensic process and extract and present valuable information from the raw data sources. TryHackMe's Autopsy room can help if you want to learn more about it. Volatility. Volatility is a tool that helps perform memory analysis for memory captures from both Windows and Linux operating systems. It is a powerful tool that can help extract valuable information from the memory of a machine under investigation.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You can learn more about volatility in the volatility room.
That's kind of handy.
Redline is an incident response tool developed and freely distributed by FireEye. This tool can gather forensic data from a system and help with collected forensic information. You can learn more about Redline in the Redline room. Velociraptor. Velociraptor is an advanced endpoint monitoring, forensics, and response platform. It is open source but very powerful. TryHackMe has created a Velociraptor room for you to learn more about it. While all these tools are helpful while performing DFIR, it is essential to understand the process followed to achieve our goals. The next task will focus on the incident response process and how we can leverage digital forensics in that process.
How the hell is this supposed to take 90 minutes? That should take like 30 minutes, if that. So that's gonna be cool. Why? I can't wait to try this shit. I ain't gonna read it. I'm just gonna let.
Volatility is a free memory forensics tool developed and maintained by Volatility Foundation, commonly used by malware and SOC analysts within a blue team or as part of their detection and monitoring solutions. Volatility is written in Python and is made up of Python plugins and modules designed as a plug-and-play way of analyzing memory dumps.
And you can do a memory dump pretty easily too. I done it on my phone a couple times on accident. Even on any Android is Linux. You can do that on an Android or Linux device. I don't remember how I did it. I remember I did it, and I didn't know how to really open the file. It's an old ass picture right there. They got married in that thing. It was like the courthouse, like the courthouse, like the house you go to court in. Back when she was cute, boy. Back when she was. Alright. What the hell is that noise? Damn youngins out there, those damn whippersnappers out there mowing the grass, making some money. Proud of them kids out there mowing the grass and shit. Why do women always get the house in the divorce? Why is that so common?
In security operations, the prominent use of digital forensics is to perform incident response. We will learn the incident response process and observe how digital forensics helps in the IR process in this task. Different organizations have published standardized methods to perform incident response. NIST has defined a process in their SP 800-61 Incident Handling Guide, which has the following steps: preparation, detection and analysis, containment, eradication, and recovery post-incident activities. Similarly, SENS has published an Incident Handler's Handbook. The handbook defines the steps as follows: preparation.
Yeah, no, I'm not reading all this shit. Look at all this shit. Look at all this shit. People ain't reading all that shit. It probably is good information. I'm not reading all this shit, dog. Imagine being so bored when you read all this shit. I'd rather stare at the wall sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'd rather just stare at the goddamn wall. It just tells you a process, but doesn't tell you how to do the process. You know? Like, scan for viruses. Okay, now how do you scan for viruses? You know, type shit. You know, like remove the virus. Hack the neighbor. Okay, how do you hack the neighbor? I hate shit like that. I'm not reading that shit either.
identification, containment, eradication, recovery. Lessons learned. The steps defined by SANS are often summarized as the acronym PURL, making them easy to remember. We can see that the steps specified by SANS and NIST are identical. While NIST combines containment, eradication, and recovery, SANS separates them into different steps. Post-incident activity and lessons learned can be comparable, while identification and detection and analysis have the same implications. Now that we understand that the two processes are similar, let's learn briefly what the different steps mean. We explain the PURL steps as they are easier to remember by the acronym, but as described above, they are identical to the steps defined by NIST. Preparation. Before an incident happens, preparation needs to be done so that everyone is ready in case of an incident. Preparation includes having the required people, processes, and technology to prevent and respond to incidents. Identification. An incident is identified through some indicators in the identification phase. These indicators are then analyzed for false positives, documented, and communicated to the relevant stakeholders. Containment. In this phase, the incident is contained, and efforts are made to limit its effects. There can be short-term and long-term fixes for containing the threat based on forensic analysis of the incident that will be a part of this phase.
What's that nigga doing? Where was I at?
Containment. In this phase, the incident is contained, and efforts are made to limit its effects. There can be short-term and long-term fixes for containing the threat based on forensic analysis of the incident that will be a part of this phase. Eradication. Next, the threat is eradicated from the network. It has to be ensured that a proper forensic analysis is performed and the threat is effectively contained before eradication. For example, if the entry point of the threat actor into the network is not plugged, the threat will not be effectively eradicated, and the actor can gain a foothold again.
What does plugged mean? What do they mean by that? Define, I don't remember, I can't remember what that word means. Don't judge me. No, so pretty much removed.
Recovery. Once the threat is removed from the network, the services that had been disrupted are brought back as they were before the incident happened. Lessons learned. Finally, a review of the incident is performed, the incident is documented, and steps are taken based on the findings from the incident to make sure that the team is better prepared for the next time an incident occurs.
Recovery. At what stage of an incident response? Is it incident response? Incident response process. Is the threat at what stage of an incident response process is the threat evicted or eradication? What is the NIST equivalent step called lessons learned? Post incident activity. Yay! Yay! All right, let's get it, boy.
Introduction to Computer Forensics for Windows. Computer forensics is an essential field of cybersecurity that involves gathering evidence of activities performed on computers. It is a part of the wider digital forensics field, which deals with forensic analysis of all types of digital devices, including recovering, examining, and analyzing data found in digital devices. The applications of digital and computer forensics are wide-ranging, from the legal sphere, where it is used to support or refute a hypothesis in a civil or criminal case, to the private sphere, where it helps in internal corporate investigations and incident and intrusion analysis. A perfect example of digital forensics solving a criminal case is the BTK serial killer case. This case had gone cold for more than a decade.
What's this? Oh, I remember that dude. Oh, so he'll get out in 200 years or 400 years? Okay, where'd he go? No, he was in the Air Force? That's crazy.
When the killers started taunting the police by sending letters. The case took a major turn when he sent a floppy disk to a local news station that was later taken into evidence by the police. The police were able to recover a deleted Word document on the drive, and using the metadata and some other evidence, they pinpointed and arrested him. Microsoft Windows is by large the most used desktop operating system right now. Private users and enterprises prefer it, and it currently holds roughly 80% of the desktop.
How many ethical hackers are there? So that's not that many people. Huh.
Microsoft Windows is by large the most used desktop operating system right now. Private users and enterprises prefer it, and it currently holds roughly 80% of the desktop market share. This means that it is important to know how to perform forensic analysis on Microsoft Windows for someone interested in digital forensics.
That's right.
In this module, we will learn about the different ways we can gather forensic data from the Windows registry and make conclusions about the activity performed on a Windows system based on this data.
Yeah, the Windows registry is
Forensic
important.
artifacts. When performing forensic...
Is there a hotkey to turn that on? There's gotta be a hotkey. Short. Alt P. Okay. So I can do that. Alt P. Okay.
Microsoft Windows is, by large, the most used desktop operating system right now.
Okay. Alt P. I didn't know I could do that.
Microsoft Windows is by large the most used desktop operating system right now. Private forensic artifacts, when performing forensic
So that's pretty cool.
analysis, you will often hear the word artifact. Forensic artifacts are essential pieces of information that provide evidence of human activity. For example, during the investigation of a crime scene, fingerprints, a broken button of a shirt or coat, the tools used to perform the crime are all considered forensic artifacts. All of these artifacts are combined to recreate the story of how the crime was committed. In computer forensics, forensic artifacts can be small footprints of activity left on the computer system. On a Windows system, a person's actions can be traced back quite accurately using computer forensics because of the various artifacts a Windows system creates for a given activity. These artifacts often reside in locations normal users won't typically venture to. For our purposes, these artifacts can be analyzed to provide the trial of activity for an investigation.
Okay.
So is my computer spying on me?
What do you think?
What do you think? A Windows system keeps track of a lot of activity performed by a user. But is all that tracking for malicious purposes, or is there another reason for that?
For logs,
as we'll see in this room.
For logs and to sell you shit and for ads.
File system components that forensic experts deem artifacts primarily originated from Microsoft's efforts to improve the user's experience.
Ads.
Assuming the same build of Windows is installed on a system, excluding the actions taken during installation, the out-of-the-box experience is similar for all users. However, with time, each user personalizes their computer according to their preferences. These preferences include the desktop layout and icons, the bookmarks in the internet browser, the name of the user, installing of different applications, and logging into different accounts for each of these applications and other accounts using the internet browser. Windows saves these preferences to make your computer more personalized. However, forensic investigators use these preferences as artifacts to identify the activity performed on a system. So while your computer might be spying on you, it is not for the explicit reason of spying, instead to make it more pleasant to use the computer according to your taste. But that same information is used by forensic investigators to perform forensic analysis.
That's right, that's right.
As we move through this room, we'll see that Windows stores these artifacts in different locations throughout the file system, such as in the registry, a user's profile directory,
that's right,
in application-specific files,
that's right,
etc. In the next task, we will learn about the Windows registry and how it can help us in forensic analysis of a Windows system. Note, except for task number 10, which has a VM attached, the questions for all the upcoming tasks can be answered using the concepts and evidence presented in the text and images.
Okay. Windows. It's Windows. What do you want me to put? The answer is, what is the most used operating system right now? Windows. Oh, Microsoft Windows. Like, what do you want me to put? Shit. I was like, it's Windows. I was like, it's not long enough. Now I blow my nose. Windows registry. Alright. Nobody fucking with me, huh?
Windows Registry. The Windows Registry is a collection of databases that contains the system's configuration data. This configuration data can be about the hardware, the software, or the user's information. It also includes data about the recently used files, programs used, or devices connected to the system. As you can understand, this data is beneficial from a forensic standpoint. Throughout this room, we will learn ways to read this data to identify the required.
Is Bill Gates smart? Does Bill Gates know a lot about Windows? Oh, he dead? Oh. Damn, 20 billion. Damn, Elon Musk. I don't know. How is he? I don't understand how he's so rich. How is Elon Musk so rich? Tesla and SpaceX, that can't be that much money. I don't get how he's so rich.
Information about the system. You can view the registry using regedit.exe, a built-in Windows utility to view and edit the registry. We'll explore other tools to learn about the registry in the upcoming tasks. The Windows registry consists of keys and values. When you open the regedit.exe utility to view the registry, the folders you see are registry keys. Registry values are the data stored in these registry keys. A registry hive is a group of keys, subkeys, and values stored in a single file on the disk.
Right.
Structure of the registry. The registry on any Windows system contains the following 5 root keys: HKey _ current _ user HKey.
We don't do all that. HKey users, HKey local machine, HKey local classic root, HKey current config.
You can view these keys when you open the regedit.exe utility. To open the registry editor, press the Windows key and the R key simultaneously.
Whoa.
It will open a run prompt that looks like this.
No, I've been fucking with it. As you can tell, I've been fucking with the registry editor. Yeah, I know.
Here you can see the root keys in the left pane in a tree view that shows the included registry keys, and the values in the selected key are shown in the right pane. You can right-click on the value shown in the right pane and select Properties to view the properties of this value. Here is how Microsoft defines each of these root keys. For more detail and information about the following Windows registry keys, please visit Microsoft's documentation.
Nothing said. Nothing said in that motherfucker. One. Binary one. One. These are the shit that actually have something in it. God damn it.
HKey_current_user contains the root of the configuration information for the user who is currently logged on. The user's folders, screen colors, and control panel settings are stored here. This information is associated with the user's profile. This key is sometimes abbreviated as HKCU. HKey_users contains all the actively loaded user profiles on the computer.
What does HKey stand for in registry? HKey stands for handle to a registry key. Let's see how fast my internet is, guys. How fast do you think my internet is, guys? Huh? How fast do you think my internet is? That's right. I'm gonna share that. Just bragging once again. Just bragging once again. Might as well do that on a stream. That's funny. Oh, where was I?
HKey_current_user is a subkey of HKey_users. HKey_users is sometimes abbreviated as HKU. HKey_local_machine contains configuration information.
Current user, local machine, users. They got it all out of order. It's all out of order. Export my computer.
HKey_local_machine contains configuration information particular to the computer for any user. This key is sometimes abbreviated as HKLM. HKey_classes_root is a subkey of HKey_local_machine \software. The information that is stored here makes sure that the correct program opens when you open a file by using Windows Explorer. This key is sometimes abbreviated as HKCR. Starting with Windows 2000.
Let's look into that again. Let's verify the facts on what they're trying to say. Classes root. So these contain everything about how, probably, yeah, these are .avi. It's all binary data. crazy how that works. That is really weird how that works. Alright. What is the timeout again? I'll keep.
This information is stored under both the HKey_local_machine and HKey_current_user keys. The HKey_local_machine \software\classes key contains default settings that can apply to all users on the local computer. The HKey_current_user \software\classes key has settings that override the default settings and apply only to the interactive user. The HKey_classes_root key provides a view of the registry that merges the information from these two sources. HKey_classes_root also provides this merged view for programs that are designed for earlier versions of Windows. To change the settings for the interactive user, changes must be made under HKey_current_user \software\classes instead of under HKey_classes_root. To change the default settings, changes must be made under HKey_local_machine \software\classes.
What is processed in the to make healthy hamburger helper? I'm totally off of. Jesus Christ. People just don't have time to eat healthy. Why is it so much work to fucking just eat? Why is it so much work? I need a good chili recipe. Alright.
If you write keys to a key under HKey_classes_root, the system stores the information under HKey_local_machine \software\classes.
I don't even know the fucking that.
The HKey_classes_root key provides a view of the registry that merges the information from these two sources. HKey_classes_root also provides this merged view for programs that are designed for earlier versions of Windows. To change the default settings, changes must be made under HKey_local_machine \software\classes. If you write keys to a key under HKey_classes_root, the system stores the information under HKey_local_machine \software\classes. If you write values to a key under HKey_classes_root, and the key already exists under HKey_current_user \software\classes, the system will store the information there instead of under HKey_local_machine \software\classes. HKey_current_config contains information about the hardware profile that is used by the local computer at system startup.
What the fuck? That's too much to know. I don't even remember any of that. That's too much to remember. HKLM. HKey local machine. HKLM. HKLM. Ain't that what it is? HKLM. Oh, you motherfucker. You signed me out. No, say dog, I know that's right. I say I know for a fact that's it. Come on, quit pissing me off. Quit pissing with me. I don't care what this damn league shit, dude. Damn, he's ranked 1,567,000. He's ranked 1,567,000. I'm ranked 41,000. Let's ask AI. Hell yeah, thanks Google. It has 4 million users. Being ranked 41,000 means you achieve a higher ranking than a large number of users. Thanks Google. You fucking Google believes in me.
If you are accessing a live system, you will be able to access the registry using regedit.exe, and you will be greeted with all of the standard root keys we learned about in the previous task. However, if you only have access to a disk image, you must know where the registry hives are located on the disk. The majority of these hives are located in the C:\Windows\system32\config directory and are default mounted on HKey_users\default SAM.
That's wild. Yeah, I know that motherfucker. No, I don't. Alright, get bullshitting.
If you are accessing a live system, you will be able to access the registry using regedit.exe, and you will be greeted with all of the standard root keys we learned about in the previous task. However, if you only have access to a disk image, you must know where the registry hives are located on the disk. The majority of these hives are located in the c:\windows\system32\config directory and are default mounted on hkey_users\default sam mounted on hkey_local_machine\sam security mounted on hkey_local_machine\security.
Why is it talking to itself? Why is it still talking?
And you will be greeted with all of the standard root keys we learned about in the previous task. However, if you only have access to a disk image, you must know where the registry hives.
Oh yeah, change that. I'm tripping, dog. Yeah, that's why ain't no one clicking on it, boy.
Are located on the disk. The majority of these hives are located in the c:\windows\system32\config directory and are default mounted on hkey_users\default sam mounted on hkey_local_machine\sam security mounted on hkey_local_machine\security software.
I know I got motherfucking permissions to access my own computer. Now that's hard. So on the disk image, that's where this is located. I didn't know that.
Mounted on hkey_local_machine\software system mounted on hkey under.
Okay, I got it. I get the idea.
Hives containing user information. Apart from these hives, two other hives containing user information can be found in the user profile directory.
Yeah.
Windows Forensics 1. If you are accessing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Apart from these hives, two other hives containing user information can be found in the user profile directory. For Windows 7 and above, a user's profile directory is located in c:\users\username/ where the hives are, enter. Apart from these hives, 2 other hives containing user information can be found in the user profile directory. For Windows 7 and above, a user's profile directory is located in c:\users\username/ where the hives are, antisir.dat, mounted on h_key_current_user when a user log.
No, I just keep thinking about how. See users. What's user class? I don't see user class. User class. Dot. See users. Let's see. Oh, cool. It is right there, huh? It won't let me open it though. But I can see them. Even though I got it.
Remember that antisir.dat and userclass.dat are hidden files. The mcake hive, apart from these files, there is another very important hive called the mcache hive. This hive is located in c:\windows\appcompat\programs/.
What is? I don't click nothing. Why is it going there? Why is it going to that website? What the fuck? It won't let me view it. hear one of my sons doing. I hear him doing some shit. What the hell are you doing?
The MK hive. Apart from these files, there is another very important hive called the Mcache hive. This hive is located in c:/windows/app compat/.
This is some crazy shit.
Programs/mcache.have. Windows creates this hive to save information on programs that were recently run on the system.
I try to always keep that shit up to date.
Windows Forensics 1.
Oh
If you are accessed Windows Forensics 1. Transaction logs and backups. Some other very vital sources of forensic data are the registry transaction logs and backups. The transaction logs can be considered as the journal of the changelog of the registry hive. Windows often uses transaction logs when writing data to registry hives. This means that the transaction logs can often have the latest changes in the registry that haven't made their way to the registry hives themselves. The transaction log for each hive is stored at
I keep thinking about other shit.
Transaction logs and backups. Some other very vital sources of forensic data are the registry transaction logs and backups. The transaction logs can be considered as the journal of the changelog of the registry hive. Some other very vital sources of forensic data are the registry transaction logs and backups. The transaction logs can be considered as the journal of the changelog of the registry hive. Windows often uses transaction logs when writing data to registry hives. This means that the transaction logs can often have the latest changes.
When do I gotta be there tomorrow? Forgot about that. I ain't gotta be there till 8:20. How far is it? Teacher at, how do you spell it?
In the registry that haven't made their way to the registry hives themselves. The transaction logs can be considered as the journal of the changelog of the registry hive. Windows often uses transaction logs when writing data to registry hives. This means that the transaction logs can often have the latest changes in the registry that haven't made their way to the registry hives themselves.
Dude, I keep
the transaction.
Why do I keep thinking about that?
The transaction logs can be considered as the journal of the changelog of the registry hive. Windows often uses transaction logs when writing data to registry hives. This means that the transaction logs can often have the latest changes in the registry that haven't made their way to the registry hives themselves.
Oh.
The transaction log for each hive is stored as a .log file in the same directory as the hive itself. It has the same name as the registry hive, but the extension is .log. For example, the transaction log for the SAM hive will be located in C:\\.
Yeah, I remember seeing that now. Could I see that? I mean, I can see it, but can I open it? It's all being used. That's good.
Windows /system32 /config in the file name sam.log. Sometimes there can be multiple transaction logs as well. In that case, they will have .log1, .log2 etc. as their extension. It is prudent to look at the transaction logs as well when performing registry forensics. Registry backups are the opposite of transaction logs. These are the backups of the registry hives in the file name sam.log. Sometimes there can be multiple transaction logs as well.
I haven't seen Sam. Oh.
Windows Forensics 1.
Oh, what's up, Maddie? What's up, girl? Fuck, I've been rereading this fucking paragraph like 10 times because I'm sitting there reading it and then I was thinking about something else. Keep reading it, then I'm thinking about something else. I gotta finish. I've been on this paragraph for like 10 minutes. Let me finish the damn paragraph.
If you are accessing a live system,
I lost. Where the fuck was I? Okay, in the file name sam.log. Yeah, because it's right there. Sam.log. I just gotta get past this boring shit until I can get to the fun shit. You know? Huh? Is that what I'm thinking? Yeah, maybe.
In the file name sam.log. Sometimes there can be multiple transaction logs as well. In that case, they will have .log1, .log2 etc. as their extension. It is prudent to look at the transaction log.
And what the fuck does prudent mean? Does it mean important? I'm busy right now, man. Prudent. It is prudent to look at. It is important, acting or showing care with thought for the future. I guess that means it's to care. Fuck. We'll have log 1, log 2 as their extension. Log 1, log 2. Sometimes there can be multiple transactions. In that case, blah blah blah. It's important to look at the transaction logs as well as performing registry.
Windows Forensics 1.
What?
If you are accessing.
God damn it, man! Holy shit!
Transaction logs as well when performing registry forensics. Registry backups are the opposite of transaction logs. These are the backups of the registry hives located in the c:\system32\config directory. These hives are copied to the c:\system32\config/reg directory every 10 days. It might be an excellent place to look if you suspect that some registry keys might have been deleted/modified recently.
Are they a .back file? Yeah, I'll probably be doing this. I'll probably be done at 10 or something. Is it a .back? Are these the backups? What is a regtrans ms file? What is a regtrans? Damn, what did it say? MS file. Regtrans ms file. It's just another log. Used by Windows Registry to ensure that changes are committed completely or rolled back if an error occurs. Now, are backups or MS files? No, rest are not backups of the registry. Then what the fuck is the backup of the registry? Because there's nothing in here. View. I guess there's nothing there. Alright. What is the path for the 5 Main Street hives? Fuck, I don't know. I already forgot. Right there. Boom. 432. What is the path for the M cache hive? M cache, right there. That's cheating a little bit, but that's how you do it. Shit. Boom. That's the directory for it. Alright? Okay. Fuck, how? There's no way. That's some bull. This is a 60-minute lesson. There's no way. There's a lesson before that. I don't trust anything that shit says. Because it said this was a 90-minute lesson. This one right here. 90-minute lesson. That literally took me 10 minutes to do. This was a 10-minute lesson, not a 90-minute lesson. And this is not a 60-minute lesson because I spent 60 minutes on so far and only got that far. Jesus Christ. Fuck, there's no way it's a fucking 60-minute lesson. Whatever.
When performing forensics, we will either encounter a live system or an image taken of the system. For the sake of accuracy, it is recommended practice to image the system or make a copy of the required data and perform forensics on it. This process is called data acquisition. Below we discuss different ways to acquire registry data from a live system or a disk.
What is data? What is data acquisition? Real physical conditions or what is it? And cyber. Collecting and preserving evidence.
Image. Though we can view the registry through the registry editor, the forensically
Below we discuss different ways to acquire registry data from a live system or a disk image.
Though we can view the registry through the registry editor, the forensically correct method is to acquire a copy of this data and perform analysis on that. However, when we go to copy the registry hives...
Did I get the name on this right? Yeah, I did.
From %winder %\system32 /
Alright, I keep bullshitting. I keep bullshitting.
Though we can view the registry through the registry editor, the forensically correct method is to acquire a copy of this data and perform analysis on that. However, when we go to copy the registry hives from %winder %\system32 / config, we cannot because it is a restricted file. So, what
do we do now? Is that even a real fucking thing? It is. Same area.
To do now? For acquiring these files, we can use one of the following tools, KAPE. KAPE is a live data acquisition and analysis tool which can be used to acquire registry data. It is primarily a command line tool but also comes with a GUI.
GUI.
The below screenshot shows what the KAPE GUI looks.
GUI. Graphical GUI is a form unit that allows you to interact with electronic devices with graphical. Why is it so? You didn't need to tell us all that. It's just a graphical user interface. But I guess they really want to tell you that. They go in depth. They go super in depth on telling you what a GUI is, but they don't on hard shit. You know, like everyone knows what a graphical user interface is, but they just go real briefly on the fucking. Well, yeah, you just hack your Wi-Fi real quick. That's it. And then next lesson, what the fuck do you mean? And then it gives you a test that I can hack the neighbor's Wi-Fi. I'm like, motherfucker, you didn't tell me how to do anything. You just told me that you can do it. Now you want me to do it without actually telling me how to fucking do it. Fuck, man. Whatever.
We have already selected all the settings to extract the registry data using KAPE in this screenshot. We will learn more about collecting forensic artifacts using KAPE in a dedicated KAPE room.
Can you download it? Oh, I sent you an email and then download it. There's the command line tape. Is tape, I wonder, is that on Kali? Let's see. Let's see if that's on, like, shit. I bet there's an update for it. I ain't used this thing in a minute. Yeah. I wonder if is that on Cali? I know autopsy is. Let's see if Cape's on there. Is Cape on Cali? Yeah, look, there's Cali right there. Cape, like this. Let's see. I exited out of it. Is it still running? Come on. What? Really? You motherfucker. Don't fucking tell me I'm not reinstalling Cali. You motherfucker. You motherfucker updated VirtualBox and it broke all my fucking shit. Oh my god. You motherfucker. That's really pissing me off now. Virtual. I want to see if I can download the old VirtualBox. I want the old one. Motherfucker, man. I shouldn't even updated it. That really pissed me off. It's really not gonna work now. This image required. This image is required. Yeah, what the fuck? Man, what the fuck ever, dude. That really pissed me off. So the fix is to uninstall it and reinstall it. Okay, I'll do that later. Whatever. Does Kali Linux have tape? Okay, I was wondering if it had it on there. Come on, man. Quit fucking with me. I'm not trying to go to that site. Alright, Trellex, you're about to piss me off. What the fuck ever. Maybe a reboot will fix it, I hope. What the fuck ever.
Autopsy. Autopsy gives you the option to acquire data from both live systems or from a disk image. After adding your data source, navigate to the location of the files you want to extract, then right-click and select the Extract File option. It will look similar to what you see in the screenshot below. FTK Imager. FTK Imager is similar to Autopsy and allows you to extract files from a disk image or a live system by mounting the said disk image or drive in FTK Imager. Below you can see the option to export files as highlighted in the screenshot. Another way you can extract registry files from FTK Imager is through the Obtain Protected Files option. This option is only available for live systems and is highlighted in the screenshot below. This option allows you to extract all the registry hives to a location of your choosing. However, it will not copy the mk.have file, which is often necessary to investigate evidence of programs that were last executed.
Alright. Alright guys, I'm done. I gotta get my virtual box working for some reason. I don't know why it's not working. Alright guys, I'll see you tomorrow.